Hello everyone and welcome back to V's Kitchen. We are super excited to be here today. This is a very special show that's near and dear to my heart because it involves an ailment that set me on this journey. And a very good friend of mine who's with us tonight, Stacy Cooper,
hello,
has recently found out that she has to deal with the same diet that I had to deal with, which is where my journey started. Not a fun illness at all. Anybody who has Candida knows that it is one of the most strict and serious diets that you will ever have to be on. And if you've watched my story video on YouTube, you'll understand that this is not a diet to play with, and anything that you might eat could set you back in the healing time if you're doing this naturally, because I chose to do it naturally, and it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. When you take a drug like diflucan and you take the risk of possibly hurting your liver, which was not something I was willing to do, and then you get thrown into a diet where almost everything you're used to eating comes off the plate. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Carbs, caffeine, alcohol, gluten, dairy, sugar, fruit, on and on and on and on. So if you watch my video, you'll see all that. And what we're gonna do today is we're going to make a really great dessert food that is gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, Candida-friendly. There's no carbs in it. It's made from seeds and nuts. If you have diverticulitis, this is not for you. But if you don't, and you're on a Candida plan, or even diabetics that can't have sugar and carbs and things like that, these kind of snacks are vital. And I know for me they were. So I hear from our cameraman that we have some people joining already. Who is on with us?
Margaret Tanner, welcome.
Hi, Tanner. Tanner. Hey, Tanner. This one even Tanner would like, because she makes fun of my food, but she loves me anyways. So we're gonna get right to it. Stacy's gonna help me tonight, and I think it's divinely led that the reason that we only have one person on the show tonight, which is Stacy, because I really wanna focus on her and helping her to navigate this new plan that she has. And this is a snack that's gonna be like a rich blessing for her, and hopefully many of you that are watching this video either live or recorded. So I call this the grain-free granola, and it's so easy, literally easy. And I've pre-done everything so that we'll make it really easy on you. But we take 1 cup of mixed nuts. In here I have cashew pieces, I have pecans, which are fabulous, and almond slivers. And you can use any variety of nuts you want, except on Candida you cannot have peanuts or pistachio nuts. Very, very fungal, but these nuts she can have. So I'm gonna give Stacy the fun task of taking out any daily frustration to mash up those nuts. We also have 1 cup of seeds. And in here I have sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, and pumpkin seeds. So it's 1 cup of mixed seeds, 1 cup of mixed nuts. Okay, that's good, Stevie.
Good stuff.
I wouldn't want to get on her bad side. All you do, Stacey's going to take that bag, put it in this big bowl, and I'm going to take the seeds and dump them also.
We don't chop.
Nope.
Okay. And what's in there? Pumpkin and what else?
Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and I use sesame seeds.
Okay.
We have 1.5 cups of shredded, organic, unsweetened coconut. Very important that you use unsweetened coconut. That would defeat the whole purpose of what we're doing here. Nice and easy. So now what we're gonna do is Stacy's gonna mix that all up really good. And over here, we are gonna turn on the stove to like a medium-high heat. And we're gonna get that up and running. And I use a cashew butter that has no sugar. you need to look on the instructions or on the label and read what's in it, because a lot of the cashew butters, almond butters, things like that, they'll add sugar. So you need to find the ones that do not have sugar in them. And so with that, you can use almond butter, cashew butter, sunflower butter, as long as they do not have sugar in them. This recipe is super simple. We do 1/4 cup of cashew butter. I love this stuff. Once you get away from sugar, these nut butters are great. So we put that in here in the pan, and we're gonna add 1 cup of organic coconut oil. So we'll start with the cashew butter. Stacy's gonna put us a cup of the coconut oil. Oh, I'm sorry, 1/4 cup. Ooh, that would have been too much. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I can't see a 1/4. Am I on it?
Remember, we're live. We told you anything at all can happen, and that is the truth. That's perfect. So 1/4 cup of almond or cashew butter. We're using cashew butter because I love cashew butter. It's my kitchen, and I can do whatever I want. So you can do almond, you can do sunflower butter. There's all different kinds of nut butters. Just make sure there's no sugar. And then from here, we are going to add, I'm using stevia, but the mix that we made for Stacy last night is going to have the Easy Sweets in it. If you're using Easy Sweets, hold on, I have to count. I did 10 drops. If you're using Easy Sweets, keep in mind that you cannot cook with Easy Sweets, or you should not cook with Easy Sweets. You can if you want to, but when I dealt with my kinesiologist, she said not to cook with it. It was okay if I wasn't cooking. So when you're doing this, wait to put your sweetener in. If you're using Easy Sweets, wait until you cool it down a little bit. But this one we can cook with stevia, so that's okay. And then we're also going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and I use organic. I like to use organic as much as possible. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon goes into this mix, and 1/4. Let me put that back together, my love. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. And you can also do like clove. You can get as creative as you want. You can put clove in there. Some people, I like it with a little cayenne pepper, because everybody that's watched any of my videos knows I would eat cayenne pepper on everything if I could. So you can get as creative as you want with that. And then this you just mix up. We're gonna put a little bit of vanilla in there. And then this is just gonna simmer up until it's all mixed together and heated up. This is how simple.
I can't wait to try this. I'm so excited.
You're gonna love it. Actually, Dawn and Jeffrey are getting some too, because my friend Jeffrey, if you watch that show, was recently diagnosed and had a very serious issue with diabetes. So that's going to be one of his new snacks too. So that's the great thing about this snack. And I think everybody should take as much sugar out of your diet as possible, because really white sugar is not our friend. And that's how simple. And see, you just mix it all together. Your spices are in there. It's good to go. Smell that.
Oh yeah.
She said, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're gonna have you mix that into that. Get all that goodness out of there. All right, Stace. Nothing like hands-on learning. She'll be an expert in no time.
From your mouth to God's ears.
It always works that way. Now the preparation of the pan, super easy. Remember, you don't have to bake this. This is the fun part. Once we are done with this, It literally is just going right into the refrigerator.
And
So-
it'll harden up with the coconut oil?
Coconut oil harden it up. I recommend keeping it in the freezer. Especially Candida people, you have to keep it in the freezer. But the texture of these guys is so much better in the freezer. So Stace, I'm gonna ask you to take that and pour it into here. Notice for the live shows, we do stuff that's nice and quick for you. Who's on there?
Tammy Lynn.
Tammy! Hi, Tammy! This is great snack for baby. No sugar. All right. So see that little beautiful mountain of stuff? We are going to now just mash it to where it's even in the pan. And you wouldn't believe that it will actually harden up nicely. It will be a little bit crummy, like some of it, not crummy like gross crummy, but like crumbly. And it will, pieces will fall away. And you know what you could do with that is you can take an unsweetened yogurt, if you can have dairy, or unsweetened coconut yogurt in your case, and mix in the broken pieces or break up pieces, and now you have a granola for your yogurt. So it's a very versatile snack, and it's definitely a rich blessing when you can't have dairy, gluten, or sugar. And that's that. I'm going to spread it around pretty. Because I love this show so much, because I love cooking so much, and because I love sharing information so much about healthy eating, I always prep before the show, the day before, so that everything is tryable on the show. So what we're going to do is we are going to, when I took the pan out, sometimes you get crumbs that break.
That'd be perfect for yogurt.
That's what I just said. So when I save those for you, so you can try them with your yogurt.
I need to go get coconut. Does Publix have coconut yogurt sugar for
No.
What am I gonna do?
Nutrition's mom.
I don't have time for that right now.
Baby better find some time. And we have to hook up our cameraman too, because Jeff Strahl's behind the camera,
Hello all.
hooking everybody up.
And I'm starving.
And
I'm
he's
hungry.
starving. See, he just happens to be in V's kitchen, so he's gonna get dinner after we're done.
Mmm.
How is it? There's a lot you can do with that, a lot. You can do Brazil nuts, chop them up. You can do walnuts, chop them up. You can do different kinds of seeds. Candida people, I'm sure you know you have to bake your seeds on low 200 degrees for a little while, kill off any fungus that's growing on them, and then they have to be frozen. But you can, all of this should be frozen anyway, because see the texture? When you put it in the fridge, it's a little bit softer, and it breaks a lot easier. When it's frozen, it keeps a nice texture. So as you can see here, that keeps a really good texture. And then you can break off the pieces that you want, and then whatever's left over, see all those crumbs, you just throw it in yogurt. It's perfect. I hope you all learned something great today. That's like a lightning speed show. So I want to thank you all so much for being on. Do we have anybody else that came on to say hi? Well, hello to everybody that watches this video. I'm sure you'll enjoy the snack. It's fabulous. We want to thank you so much for coming out. I do have a YouTube channel. There's lots of other little videos on there. We do a live show every couple weeks with something new and different and fun and exciting and great guests on the show, because we love to have them here. And I think that's pretty much it. Say bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
See you later. Till next time.